Are you ready to play? Stick around and let's give it a go, huh? Here we go. Evening, fam, and welcome back to Dirty Laundry. Ooh, perfect timing.
Yeah, I was waiting. I was like, oh.
Yeah, perfect timing. Happy Sunday.
Yes.
Happy Sunday. It is Sunday.
Sunday. What's the date? The 3rd of May.
3rd of May, really.
Yes.
A very cold Sunday.
I'm wearing shorts.
You're wearing shorts.
There's a heater here, but I'm wearing shorts.
I'm also wearing shorts, and thank goodness yes, we have this heater. Welcome back again, fam. It's been a long week. It's been another busy week, right? And we want to say thank you for tuning back in. Maz, what are you drinking today? Because I'm back on the wines.
Well, he got me a drink today, everyone. It's just cordial. But I appreciate it. It's something other than nothing.
You got cordial. I can give you wine, but I don't need
fine. I'm good.
Anyway, interesting topic. This topic actually came up from one of the comments on YouTube, and I know I briefed you like 10 seconds on it just so you don't come in blind. Let's just see what your minds come up with. The topic today. The topic was: are we living in a computer simulation? And this has been a hot topic for a super long time, right? Yeah. It's probably an old topic, but I thought it'd be good to kind of get, our take, our input, because it can be a bit scary if you think about all these. This is one of those theories that seem really, really.
Yeah, everything is just like a coincidence to a coincidence, and it's just. Yeah, it gets your brain thinking. Especially
obviously with what's still happening.
Yeah.
Like with COVID, you kind of go, oh, is it all planned? So apart from pandemic, they now have scamdemic.
Yeah, I saw.
If you've heard of scamdemic,
like that was rolling on YouTube.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, just as a bit of context, because I've watched enough about this topic. To have a good understanding for those who don't know what the theory is about is the world that we're currently living in is literally a computer simulation. They took the pages right out of the Matrix. All right, you've seen the Matrix, right? Keanu Reeves, like badass movie, right? Beautiful. But the theory goes like this. So. This itself, this life, this podcast, this everything, the air that you're breathing in, the wine that I'm in love with this wine. I'll need to show you the bottle. Is actually all fake. Is that crazy?
It is like
it's all fake.
When you say it, it's kind of like you smile and smirk because it's like, what's this shit? But then when you dig into it, you're like, oh yeah. Like yeah. There's some truth, there's some reality behind it. So
I'll start with this. So by them saying that it's a computer simulation, right? So we always refer to something that a lot of kids our age, or back in the day, played, which is The Sims.
Yeah.
Okay. So The Sims is literally it's a computer game that you create your own world. You build houses. Create people, and then the people interact with the other people or the Sims on the game. Some of those Sims, have kids. Yeah. They get fired from jobs. And it's crazy.
It's like real world
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so what the theory is somebody has already done that. Like, we are literally just Sims. Okay, but because other people's technology are so far ahead that we believe everything that we're doing is real. Just like the Sims in our game may believe that it's real. Like we don't know. And it brings up the question about artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
All right. It's like, at what stage of our lives do we kind of go, the robots that we're creating are gonna
take over the world.
They're gonna get a conscience because they're gonna understand what we humans, as we think,
they're gonna get a massive upgrade and take over iRobot styles.
iRobot, Will Smith. That's another like a really, really good movie about this whole simulation thing. What are so just by saying that, where's your head at the moment?
Yeah, look, I feel like at somewhat it does feel like Sims. I mean, like that's probably the easiest kind of explanation of, how people view this, or how I view it anyway. Yeah. It's just like somebody's playing a real life Sims, except they have finished the game for everyone.
Ooh, okay, I haven't heard of this one. Yeah, but go on. They've finished the game for everyone.
Yeah, they've finished the game for us. So like they've already created our whole life. It's programmed on the computer, and they've literally just hit play from the time we're born. And then
we're just living it out.
Yeah, just living it out. Just like how you build your Sims. I actually never got into the game because I didn't find any of those games kind of interesting. Like a lot of long hours and having to think and having to be.
Maybe that's what you were programmed to do.
Maybe. But look, there's definitely. I mean, like Sims is still like a major popular game right now. Like it's still huge. Like I still know a few people who are playing that, and people have YouTube channels based on Sims on what they've been doing the last week and vlogging about it. So, but yeah, I think it's somewhat like a small percentage. It's just all about. It doesn't need to be a big percentage, but if you have little belief in it, I think it's enough to kind of talk about it and kind of maybe that might make your percentage bigger on how much you believe it, or the other way around. So yeah, it's I feel like someone's controlling, probably not like in a stance for this COVID. They've probably programmed it and then to affect everyone differently. So like they've just put something out and then kind of let us free roam or free play and figure out how we deal with it. But and somewhat, I feel like, like from the day you're born to the day you're legal to get a job and all that stuff, like someone has information about you that you don't even know you had. Yeah. So
you're going on a completely different route, but because now you're well, it's the same thing, but you're talking about. It sounds like you're talking about like free will. Like you don't have free will. Like what it sounds like you're saying is everything that you're doing in your life has been predetermined.
Well, that can just be another topic because I think sometimes that's possible. Sometimes it can be like that, but I guess if we can just kind of get back to track with the whole simulating thing, I definitely feel like. Definitely feel like, I mean, obviously, it's up to us. We can decide what we want to do, but
or can we?
Right, but it's kind of like if you didn't think you could do it and you did it, is that all part of it? Like, have you been programmed to learn lessons, to go through a whole heap of crap to kind of get to the end result? You know what I mean? So,
one thing that I read about this a while back is
good.
Is the way that scientists kind of explain emotions, right? Emotions and feelings and even pain and all that. It's literally our brains sending an electrical signal, and they mention it that because we have electricity running through our body. So something happens to our finger, our brain will go, "You're hurt. I need to activate your pain sensors, whatever, and make you kind of feel that you've been hurt." That's all it is, okay? And then they started talking about, well, all these feelings and emotions, that you have are literally just signals from your brain trying to tell your whole brain, your whole body, hey, you know, I'm in love, I'm jealous, I'm hungry, something along those lines. So all these, and I think that's the uncomfortable bit for me, because all these feelings and emotions that I'd have for, you know, for you, my family, my girls, the cat and everything, could all just be fake. It's probably not even real. You know, and I think that's what's really, really weird. And they also speak about, so let's say computer simulation, you talk about glitches, right?
Yeah.
So the biggest glitch, and I think they did it in Matrix as well, is something called deja vu.
Yeah.
Right? Where you see something and then you see it, and it comes back, but it's exactly the same thing.
I had one today.
You had deja vu today?
Yeah.
What happened?
I was just having lunch.
Yeah.
And I was on the dinner table, and like where the deja vu happened, it was exactly where I was sitting, exactly what I looked at, and who I was speaking to.
Freaky.
Yeah. And then because mum said something, and then like I looked this way, and then it happened, and it's kind of like I have to look back or else it wasn't fully complete.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So, and all I was doing was eating. Like, I think mum just asked me a question.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even think of it now. But like, just where I was sitting, just, what was in front of me. Like, it was all there. And I like them. I like having deja vu. Deja vu is cool because like, you can kind of almost like, shit, what's meant to happen now?
Yeah.
Like, it's always one of those things where it's like, you want to kind of guess what might happen. It's like if like something falls or like someone coughs or something like that, like you kind of just wait for those couple of seconds.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like the deja vu is like not even 3 seconds, right? But then you spend the whole 30 seconds to a minute trying to figure
it out,
like what's gonna happen next, and then you think about it, it's like, oh shit, like when did I think of that? So I like that's, I don't know, it's kind of weird, but I like it. Yeah. Like it's kind of.
And here's another thing. Let's say even if we continue to compare our lives to how our computers work at the moment. So, one thing you know is if you erase your hard drive, all those memories are still in the hard drive. You know that, right? It doesn't matter if you delete them; they're still there. There's still a
like a secret file to a file that has it.
Because you can always retrieve them from the hard from the hard drive. But then you kind of think about reincarnation, right, in our life, and then you kind of go, I've had a former life before, or why do I believe I've been to this place even though I know I've never been to this place? Yeah. So, I mean, are our lives, could that be it? Like, when we die, are our files literally just deleted, sent back to the hard drive, and then the next person who's born, you know, because there's no more disk space or memory space, they have to recycle our bloody...
Well, another thing...
our memory.
Another thing I heard is that, like this is not real life, and then, like... we're just it's the same thing, we're just in a simulation until that day comes, and then we live our life.
That's very deep.
I get bad thoughts when I think about that. Like, it's just not a good place.
What do you mean? Like,
I just think like when it's all over, like the reincarnation bit, like if I was to think of that, my mind just goes trippy.
You freak out a little bit.
I hate it, and I want to get out of that uncomfortable situation really, really quickly. Yeah. And I will do like 10 things to get my mind off it. Yeah. Just because it's not a good place for me anyway. And usually when I think about that stuff, it's always nighttime. It's like, gotta go to bed, kind of thing. It's, hence why it's kind of like cliche, very grateful that you get to see every day, right? Because you could go to bed and that could be it, right? And then it's like, what happens?
Yeah.
You know, to me, I always close my eyes and not think about anything. And it's just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
What now? Like, my eyes are closed and that's it's a bit too much.
I mean, again, one of the other things that they kept bringing up is, you know, these thoughts of your soulmate, you know, the one person that you're supposed to like just instantly click with. You know, was this a person that you knew in your former life, or even your future life? Because, you know, maybe your file, let's say, has been recycled that many times that, you know, it changes so much, and then your file has been sent across, you know, 30 years, but, you know, and when it gets recycled, it comes back to you, and you're still in, you know, 2020, 2020, but they're already in the year 3000, whatever.
It's thinking about that stuff really trips me. Like, I think that is probably an uncomfortable topic that I would not explore.
You wouldn't explore it?
No way.
Would you then explore the thought of, let's say, let's get back to what you said earlier, how everything is predetermined.
Yeah.
Okay. That would mean that every choice that you decide to make is not really your choice. No. How does that make you feel? Like, no matter what you do, if you know something bad's happening, it doesn't matter what you do, it's going to happen anyway.
It's that part of your brain that tells you it's a learning curve. I think that's what does it for me anyway.
Yeah.
Like, if I applied for something and I didn't get it, right, a little switch at the back would be like, all right, well, this is your learning curve to go and do something else, or to keep doing what you're doing, but be better at it. Yeah, that's just how I think.
You think, okay, who cares? Just a learning curve.
Yeah, like with anything, with jobs lost, relationships finish, family members passing.
Yeah.
You know, not speeding through that red light, because if you did, maybe something can happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's... But then I also think about... I also still do think about that, like, every choice that you make happens because of something.
Yeah.
Right, so...
Like it's a chain reaction.
Yeah, that's right. Like example, it's like, if I didn't run that red, there was probably a cop 200 meters down the road, or a cop behind me, so like that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of, it's, and then when it does happen, fucking learning curve. Okay, and I've done that many times. Yeah. Gotten tickets for doing a U-turn when you're not meant to, because you've done it.
I remember that.
You've done it for the last 3-4 weeks straight.
Yeah. And
then just that one day you do it, you get done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get done. That's it. Like, that's
one of the takeaways from the Matrix, right? And I think you touched on it, like, really just slightly. You know, when you said your time has come, your time is finished, that's when you actually start living.
Yeah.
Right. So without making it a religious topic, what do you think is actually waiting after your simulated life? And this is assuming that, yes, this is a simulated life, everything's been predetermined, it's done, you will die at 90 because of cancer. I hope. Did I say?
I don't know.
I hope I'm wrong.
I don't know. Like, that's where it comes back to being an uncomfortable topic for me to even talk about or think about. That's just, it's kind of those things where they're like you hear something. It's like, you only live once, right? And then someone goes, you live every day, you only die once.
Yeah.
Right, so it's kind of like live in the moment kind of thing. Like, you just don't know. You really do not know. And again, you always think about it, you know, whenever you hear people passing or someone close to you that's passed. And obviously with this scam-demic that's happening, you know, it makes you think, you know, it's but it's definitely something I do not want to think about.
It
gets too dark for me.
Let's stick with the topic then. So let's say, yes, we have overlords up there. They're the ones who are playing this game. All right, they're looking down on their super ultra HD monitors, and they're going, oh, look at these two sitting down having a podcast.
Yeah,
whatever, with a freaking with the social distancing rules intact. Right, they're laughing at us, but they obviously don't know what we're talking about yet. Yeah. But we figured it out. Hey, masters, right?
That's it.
And then all of a sudden, what are they going to do? They're going to go, all right, well, let's liven shit up a little bit. Let's have a car crash right outside their house. They're gonna.
Yeah.
Would it annoy you? Would it annoy you to think that the people who would have created you are literally using you as a tool, or you're literally just there for a bit of entertainment?
Well, I mean that's
pretty dark.
But it's what makes the world go around, right? Reality shows, Big Brother, stuff like that. Like,
yeah,
it's for anyone's entertainment purpose.
Yeah. Do you think we'll ever get? Or how about this? There's probably, if there are people watching this, and I hope some people do. Please do. Don't forget to click the thumbs up. But let's say there are people watching this, and it's like, man, this is a downer of a topic, because if all of a sudden they're thinking, is all this really just fake? You know, is my nice house that I work, you know, 60, 70 hours a week for just nothing? Like it's, you know.
I think it comes down to what you make the most of life. If you go at it day by day, which I have for many years straight. You know, when I was younger, I was just kind of like, oh yeah, just let every day as it comes. But like, if you don't make something of a day, like if you really waste a day doing nothing now, like it's a shit feeling.
Yeah.
You know? And having this isolation, that first 2 weeks that I didn't go to work at all, I was over it by like day 3. Because it was kind of like I just had a couple of days off and I really wanted to go back to work. It's crazy. Like, I actually wanted to go back to work.
Yeah.
Because my brain just told me, oh, you know, your everyday life is on pause. So you can either A, do nothing, or B, try and do something else. And unfortunately, I chose A. So,
would you imagine, like, you know, it'd be weird. So COVID. Imagine if COVID was just. This is considering we're in a computer simulation, right? COVID is literally a virus that's going around in this computer simulation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming around and it's going, oh, I don't like this file, I'll fucking corrupt it. Beep, 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 beep. And then the guys up there are like, man, we need to give these guys a cure. You know, we need to install Norton antivirus or whatever they've created. And, you know, it's just taking their sweet ass time.
Yeah, to me, I can't think of it, like, if someone was to tell me that, I wouldn't brush it off. Like, it'd be something to think about. Again, whether if I think about it and care about it, a big deal, is a difference between talking about it for 5 minutes and then saying that it's a heap of crap. But I don't think so. Like, I think even if there's just a 1% that you kind of believe in it, it becomes interesting. So,
what about coincidences then? Because there are a lot of people out there who don't believe in coincidences, and you mentioned it before. Yeah, everything happens for a reason because something's happened. It's this chain reaction type thing. So
I believe in that.
You believe in coincidences?
Yeah. You know, just like how, you know, you run into someone. Like, oh, that's a coincidence. I ran into because you haven't spoken to them for 5 months, you know, a year. and then all of a sudden you have your quick chat, you reconnect, and then whether if that goes for another 3 months straight before you guys, disconnect again, then yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think running into people for a reason or seeing stuff that you don't want to see, and that's happened to me lately a lot as well. I'm seeing stuff that I didn't want to see, but there's a reason why it made me see it. Whatever that reason is it's yet to come up, and it's something like that won't happen straight away. It could be like 3 years from now. It's like, oh, that's the reason why that happened, because of where I am now.
Yeah.
So.
Here's something like really scary to think about as well, right? You have to think about, let's say we tackle this on a technical point of view. The amount of, let's say, energy it takes, computing power it takes to run, let's say, a game like The Sims, and you want to run it properly. And, the graphics aren't even real life. They're still whatever. And we're talking about a small world within a game. So you'd have to think how far technology has come for the guys upstairs to have created something that's lifelike, and I'm talking lifelike. How much power is being consumed to run this engine or this computer simulation, and we're talking about a whole world plus, let's say, the galaxy. I mean, that's a scary thought. It's like, do we believe it's 2020 when in actual fact it's
30-20?
God, would it probably be much more than that?
Yeah.
And are there the people who, they're really super successful people, like I'm talking Elon Musk or Bill Gates, people who are thinking way beyond their time. I mean, are these like the pets of the programmers?
I think for people like those two people that you mentioned, they have to have just that extra bit of knowledge that just happened.
Oh, look at that!
That was a coincidence.
That was
I clicked.
That's it.
Scary. Sorry.
See, they figured out that we're talking about them.
Yeah.
So they go, oh no, fuck up their camera.
But yeah, like I feel like everyone will know and see it. Like, if you just go on YouTube about Bill Gates talking about there being a pandemic, there's going to be a war,
right.
but it wasn't an actual war. It was a virus. 2015, right?
15, that's right.
So 5 years ago, and he mentioned that America need to be ready, and with the current president, they're not ready. No, they're not ready. And all the back stuff you're hearing about the deal that America made with China, and there was a clause that if there was ever a pandemic, China won't help out America or something like that. And then 3 days later, after they signed it, pandemic, and it's kind of like someone was saying that that Wuhan was infected for 6 weeks, and then once the two presidents met up and signed the deal, a couple of days later, it's kind of like, all right, like, here are these people to make an impact into the world. Here was your job. It's almost like an army.
Yeah.
Right? When you join the army, like, you've joined knowing that you could come out of this dead or alive. And I think the 40,000 people who entered America from Wuhan started. Anyway, that's a
coincidence, right?
Yeah, honestly, like, and it's information that you hear, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, you're not going to know about any of that unless you dig, right? If it wasn't an interest, then none of these coincidences would be there. Yeah. So again, if you don't care about it, you're not going to know anything about it, and you're just going to think it's a whole pile of crap.
Yeah.
But if you're that little bit interested,
curious,
right? And everyone knows it's like when you go on YouTube, when you watch one video, an hour later, that video you're watching is completely nothing to do with that first video that you're watching.
Yeah.
You trace off because you see recommended. So, oh shit, what's that?
Go down the wormhole.
That's it. That's what it is, and that platform is educational because anyone who has suspicions or who's into these theories, you can go crazy and lose yourself on the internet.
Well, theories always start with some truth. So
that's right. Yeah.
So something. Well, I'll tell you what. To close off.
But don't believe everything you hear or see. That's even though I've just said all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you really should not believe anything and everything you hear.
Yeah.
On Facebook, on the news, social media, just
Yeah. Look, I guess to close off for me anyway, right? I don't want to believe that this is a computer simulation. All right, and that's me, because I think.
You have an interest that it could be.
I do. I mean, I would say I am quite open-minded about. I mean, anything, and like I said, there are some. It's the crazy ones who always. They're the ones who ask the questions, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just being able to ask, hey, what if, how about this, how about that, and usually those are the ones who they're not part of. They call them sheeple. They're not like sheep.
But it's almost like going beyond, right? Would you say?
Yeah.
You're almost going beyond. So to me, I just had a thought when you were saying that. It just reminds me of a villain for any type of superhero movie.
Mm-hmm. Explain.
Right? Well, first of all villains.
Yeah.
For most of the, DC and Marvel world, they're all doctors.
Keep going with your explanation.
Right, and I just feel like they're the people who have this beyond theory about something.
Yeah. And,
they go for it until they create something bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of them, not all of them, but most of them are doctors. Doctor Strange.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, but he's a doctor.
Dr. Doom, that's who you're thinking about.
Dr. Octopus. Right? It's like,
man.
I'm telling you.
That, you know what? That's probably a good topic for the next one. Let's talk about superheroes and what they could mean in real life.
Oh, perfect. That's a good one. That's a good one. Sorry, but this is what this podcast does. It sidetracks. It starts here, and then you branch out, and then you come back.
We should do a roadmap of how we go.
Oh, that wouldn't fit.
That wouldn't fit.
Because you have start and finish here. And you go around. You go this way. I go that way. We somehow find the same route, and then
we do. That's probably the best part about it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I'll close, and then I will get your closing remarks, because I'm telling you, I think I've invested way too much into this life emotionally to want to believe that it's really nothing.
Yeah.
And to all the people watching it, there's a lot of emotional people watching this thing, right? The loved ones that you have, the ones that you care about, they're real, they're there. That connection that you've built with them over the many, many years, or very few years, but still the connections that you built with them, they're all real. Okay? Should this world be literally nothing but a simulation, and you mentioned this before, earlier, is you live each day as it comes. You take the good with the bad. If this is all just a fake experience, sometimes ignorance is bliss. I love being able to see you. I love being able to see Kat and the girls, and those feelings for me are real. Yeah. And I think that's all. That's what's really important. What do you have to say?
Yeah. Well, look, I think that the more that people are open-minded, right, the interesting the world gets.
The more interesting the world gets.
Interesting it is. Because you could be negative and be like, nah, all that is crap.
Yeah.
And then that's the podcast finished.
Yeah.
Right? Because I can sit here and tell you facts. No, that's wrong. But being open-minded makes it interesting. And you kind of you calculate about like an hour of information, and then you just sit there and be like, oh, is that real? you know. And then from there on, that's where you get coincidences that happens.
Yeah, you think back to things.
Just like the whole thing, you know, when you get something new,
Yeah.
you all of a sudden see it everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, is that a coincidence? Like, maybe you see them all the time, but because you're not focused on it, you haven't, you know, put some effort into it, they could have been there. It's kind of almost like tunnel vision.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? Almost like tunnel vision. You know, you got a new car, right? Now it's like you're seeing them around.
I see.
You know, right? But before you got it, you probably saw the same amount, but that was probably enough for you to be interested in, you know, looking at it and thinking about purchasing it. So,
Even that's another good topic.
you know,
Yeah.
same thing with me. I picked my car in 3 days.
I knew you were going to say something back.
No regrets, but one. But I'll leave that for me. We'll probably talk about this off camera. But yeah, it's just that I think if you are open-minded just a little bit, I think that is enough just to kind of make all these stuff interesting, right? I think that's where I'll close that. It's a thinker though.
It is a thinker.
Because from now, you know, doing this podcast, it's like when I see something, I'm like, that was a coincidence. Like, that was meant to happen. Or you run into somebody. You know, it's like, haven't seen you in forever. There was a reason why I saw you there. For whatever that reason is. Again, it could be for that week, or it could be in 6 months' time that why you guys met was for this reason. So be it.
But it could, as what you were saying, it could all have been predetermined.
That's right.
That's
Maybe I was already meant to see him, and I was just waiting for it to happen. Life is one big Broadway.
Should that be like one big Broadway?
Yeah. You have audience, you have drama, you have scene.
Life is a stage, yeah.
That's it.
Play out your role.
That's it.
Maybe that should be the sign. Once the glass of, and I'm fucked.
Buzzed? That's good.
Once the glass, and it was a full glass. Once the glass is finished, that's probably when we end it. Fam, I'll let you do the outro. You do the outro. Come on, I'm fucked already, man. My head's like spinning.
As we end this podcast, a few things to think about. We are not alone.
Ooh.
People are watching us.
Ooh.
It's just a matter of, do we want them to see what we're doing? Or do we... Life is basically TikTok right now. I don't know. He put me on the spot. Take care of yourself and each other. Do you know where that's from?
Jerry Springer.
Done.
Much love, fam.